you get those medical supplies?
That's the basic stuff to be able to patch ourselves up.
Exactly, yeah, just to keep yourself alive. So that's basically the same stuff that we do need to take. No more morphine and epis, I believe, or are we still good to do that as pilots, Belly?
We are good to have whatever we need.
Okay, cool. So we can do that. And I don't know if we actually, but can our roles do that with the current medical system?
For campaign purposes, yes, I would make sure we'd have the ability to do almost everything except surgery. But on the bright side, with now Mert being the thing and they're going to be pretty much next to us almost 24/7, we can just pretty much say, hey, can you patch me up?
Yeah, cool. Additional to that, I have 2 things on my list, Coker.
Yeah.
In the uniform, 2 more things, which are cable ties and a mag light.
I have 2 times cable ties and I have mag light.
Perfect. So what kind of vest would you get?
That would be the pilot vest MTP.
Yeah, cool. You also know what you would get as a... I don't know if you've been trained on this, because I was on day 1. What would you get as a fighter jet?
I don't know how much for fighter jet because I haven't done any.
User joined your channel.
Yeah, no worries. So, inside that vest, what would you normally take with you?
You would normally have some medical supplies, your chem lights, mag lights, cable ties, some ammunition.
Yeah, I got some IR grenade marked down as well.
Hello.
Folks.
Yes.
You just remind me during the weekend to put your flight tent on this template.
Sure. Okay.
Pretty sure it's not here, is it?
Oh.
No.
Then what kind of backpack would you get, Coker?
The RT1523G with VHF/UHF antenna and multicam.
Cool. That's great. Then, with that said so far, what kind of gear do you miss? Like, what else would you take?
Would I take in that? I would have my beret.
Yeah.
I'd be carrying an LDS scope.
Yeah, don't worry about the weapons. But what other stuff would you carry in your inventory, except for all that was said so far?
Pilot ammo, smoke grenades, various colors, HMS, my unicorn, and
Yeah, perfect.
Bullets.
Yeah, I also have a SATCOM antenna, I believe. I don't know if I have it right now,
yeah.
but
Yeah, I need to get that in there as well.
And then, of course, your pilot helmet.
Arm antenna, yeah.
And I believe that's everything I've marked down. I also carry some splints, but that's just because I want to.
GPS, radio.
Oh, yeah. That's everything I've marked down.
And what about your L131A1?
Yeah, sidearm. Yeah. That's why I said don't worry about the weapons for now anymore. But so that's everything I have written down. What else I always take is a toolkit. In case we go down, I can repair myself. I try to take a cargo sling if I have the space, and I take the fighter jet helmet. But that's just so I can switch easily.
Yeah, I didn't need to worry about that just yet.
Yeah, exactly.
Toolkits, are they using the Chinooks?
And there's one more, yeah, exactly, and also the sling, cargo slings, and the DK10 tablet, very important.
Oh yeah, the DK. Grab one of those.
And I believe that would be everything. Don't forget your aviators.
Yeah, I got them.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just getting something. All right. So that was a bit more in depth than a recap. Recaps are usually a bit shorter. More. The next one, let's try more questions type, Hendrix. So, like for example, let's go with like the airfield markings next, as an example.
Did I remove the ones I already put?
No, that's fine having them there. They can be there just for reference. So for example, in this case here, on this airfield, based on how the layout is, Coca, how would you fly the pattern? Would it be a left-hand circuit or a right-hand circuit?
This one would probably be a left-hand circuit.
Perfect. Okay. And why would it be a left-hand circuit?
Because you fly away from the tower.
Yep. You're trying to make sure the side you're flying above has the least amount of obstacles and obstructions. So yeah, pretty good. And we have waypoint Gandalf, which is our emergency egress/ingress position to the airfield. Why is Gandalf positioned where it is?
It is the closest position to where the AO will be.
Yep, pretty much close enough. Basically, just easiest ingress and exit. Sometimes, in some cases, for safety purposes, we could put Gandalf up here in the northeast. If we knew there was just SAM sites in there, and that would be the safest and fastest way to egress, because even though you can go out through wild, it might still be in danger.
Yeah, it's expectancy.
But for the most part, yeah, just always to the easiest and fastest way to the AO. Right. If I were, let me just get some very quickly my dot up. Dot, where's the dots? Where's the dots? Okay. So if I were to global, there you are. So if I were to put that dot, without any marking so far, what would you assume that to be?
That would be a hold point.
Alright, perfect. And then what about if this next dot? What would that signify to you without any information?
That would normally be an ingress point into the AO.
Perfect.
Is that not in yellow instead of unknown side?
It's yellow, yeah.
Yeah, whichever color.
Mainly in the color drop down.
That's fine.
Well, that was shit color. Like,
Hold on,
oh,
let me
sorry,
turn
shut
my
up.
mag light.
I'm sorry. It's not quite.
No. That was
So yeah, it's the color.
And just scroll wheel, teleport to alpha.
So yeah. Alright. Then let's go. Did we do the iStart course? No, we didn't do the iStart course. Okay. So that's another thing that needs to be added to the list.
One of the last trainings that we did was fuck, I don't remember.
Well, we were mainly focused on landings with Coca, so that's fine.
5 lines we definitely did.
Yeah, it was pretty much 5 lines and just basic landings, unless there was something else that we are forgetting, Coca.
5 lines is basic, yeah.
Alright, not a problem. Where is it? Missing documents that I need right now because there's something I'm looking for wordology-wise. And Hendrix, you have the lesson plan up, the lesson plan document, right? I gave it to you.
Yeah, you did give it to me.
All right.
I mainly use my own notes so far.
Fair enough.
Because I have way too complicated notes.
Way too complicated?
Yeah, like no, not complicated. Way too detailed.
Right.
Especially the first part of training was a lot of theory.
Yes. Okay.
I have document open.
Alright, then I'm gonna quickly go through the before you fly documents, which is just the basics again. I'm just gonna ask some simple questions off of that relating to transportation, and then we'll also give a little bit of training into the logistics bit, just a little bit right now, just so we can cover that as well, since it's on the same part. So pretty much, first thing is before you fly, obviously you're making sure everything looks alright. If you can't see the mountains over there in the distance, you're in the distance is not right. Time to fix your settings before you even go and fly the aircraft.
Yeah.
After that, you'll wait for the briefing from myself or Hendrix, depending on the night if I'm there or Hendrix is in charge, and also final information from Widow 23. Initial information to be relayed back to Widow 23 should be done by the commanding officer at the time. So that'll be myself or Hendrix if I'm away, and then you just listen and take notes so that you're aware of the situation, but you don't have to reply unless it's been like 5 minutes and none of us have replied. Next step would be situations, the infantry's mission, and the infantry orders. So we have to know what the infantry are doing, so their main goal, and where exactly they're going to be heading, obviously for the purpose of inserting them But then with the situation, that comes to you as the pilot of that aircraft to understand the AO, the area,
Yeah.
and essentially keep your airframe safe. So, with that said, out of these things, I'm going to list right now. I want you to let me know what is the ones that are most important for you to know. They're all important to know, but in order from most important to least important for you to know. I'm just going to list them out, and then you can say them, right?
Yeah.
So, HLSs, enemy's position, AA sites, terrain, and civilian locations.
I would say in order.
Yes.
Terrain, anti-aircraft, HLS, enemy position, civilians.
Okay. Actually, it's a little bit. You're correct on a few of them, but I would reorder the terrain not as high for us because unless we're flying at nighttime. Okay, let me rephrase that. I should have said daytime flying, because nighttime flying, then terrain does go quite high up, or in poor visibility conditions, terrain plays more important factors than AA. So you are correct for the nighttime and very bad visibility flying, but in the cases of daytime flying, just our normal operations day type thing, it would be the AA threat, then the terrain, then the HLS, then the enemy positions, then from there, civilians.
That was basically the first two, actually.
Yep. So pretty much, yeah, spot on. At least the priorities, you got them pretty spot on. So yeah, and then from that, based on that information, obviously I'll give you more information such as the enemy strength, location, weapons, equipment, their AA threat probability, morale, obstructions, and maybe future intentions that they're doing. Maybe their convoy, they're gonna be moving positions. Friendly forces, we have Americans. Anything like that, I'll also give you. Weather and time is pretty self-explanatory and can be got from the ATIS on board your aircraft via the ACE menu. So yeah, once that is done, in the briefing, usually I would refer, like Hendrix has done. He already went ahead and marked up the AO. Usually at this point, I'd be still taking the briefing, so having the AO marked up and being prepped for operations. Obviously, you can also have input and say, actually, I think, for example, you might see something like, oh, there's a mark over here for enemy forces, and Hendrix has marked runway 11. And you might say, Hendrix, I think runway 29 might be best because there's a marker there. That's what you and any other pilot whoever sees that can be doing while we're still getting the briefings done.
Yep.
Then from there, initial taskings, I'll hand them out as necessary, and then afterwards, we'll do the coordinations for takeoff, everyone playing their part, and key role being you're in charge of your airframe and you decided safety versus everything around you.
Yep.
All right. Happy so far with that. Let's have another question based on that. If my iPad would play along, which it isn't. Come on. All right. So we've gone over radios, we've gone over that. So can you show me on the map the different ways to enter the traffic pattern? Just by holding your left mouse button and just showing your arrow and just show the movements of how you'd enter the traffic pattern.
Left mouse button. Oh, you mean on the map?
Yeah, just on the map. And then just show me how you...
Entering the traffic pattern from...
Yes. So anyway, like all the different methods you could enter. You could be anywhere in the 360 degrees. Okay. How would you enter and be in that oval pattern?
So the most logical way would be to come in for the final.
Mm-hmm.
For the landing, you could re-enter standoff. Doing an actual just traffic pattern.
Yep.
Circuit. You straight out, you would turn to crosswind section.
So that's a downwind that you just
Downwind,
highlighted?
sorry. Crosswind and final, isn't it?
Base and then final. So
base and final. Crosswind.
Not quite. So, all right, we'll go. We'll just do a little bit of it. A little bit of jogging over there. So pretty much, once you've departed, you are technically on an upwind.
Yep.
Afterwards, we'll go to the next one. So you're basically now crossing across between,
Yep.
so cross to the next long phase. That's a good way to remember it. And then afterwards, that's
Yep.
the crosswind. And then from there, you'd be flying down the wind, because if you're going upwind, that means going the opposite direction, down. And then afterwards, you're now on the base bit. And then, obviously,
Final.
anything straight is final. Why did that change? It didn't change color, but whatever. So, now with that, obviously you wouldn't fly that short of a pattern. It would be much larger depending on aircraft needs. But one thing that Ancona taught that is a little bit different, or at least how I'd prefer it to go, is this layout of having wild, Gandalf, long final. That is operational procedures. When we're doing training, or aircrafts are just in practice and there's nothing really happening or any threat towards the airfield, then there's no need for the tactical entries and exits. So in most cases, I will use, let's use a different color. White, why not? So there's multiple entries that you can have. So let's just say you are over here. There's one aircraft there. There's an aircraft over here, an aircraft over here, and an aircraft over here. So now that's basically counting for all the different cardinal points from the runway. So here, the aircraft on the eastern side, all he has to do is basically just fly straight into the downwind. You don't have to do anything fancy. You can just go straight into the downwind and just go the pattern. Now, it gets complicated when we go to the northern aircraft, because now you can't just go straight into the downwind. You have to come at it at an angle that's optimal to get into it. So in this case, he would probably fly like so, make a right turn, try to have a rough 45-degree angle here.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be exactly 45, but you want it to be as an acute angle as possible to enter the downwind, giving you the least amount of resistance as you make the turn into the downwind. Obviously, from here, it's pretty straightforward. Just go final as normal. And in the case of the aircraft in the south, all he has to do is go straight across the airfield over the top, and then he'll make a left to join the downwind. Essentially, what you want to do if it's in just normal flying, we're not in operation, we're just relaxing, or you've just done a power drop in your C-130 and you need to get into the downwind and it's not favorable to, say, land from directly long final because there's a huge mountain in the way. You can either go straight in from the east into the downwind, or if you're from the north, you come in right, make that angle in, or you'd fly over the top of the airfield center and then make a left to the downwind, make another left, and then turn for landing. That's if you're the only aircraft and there's not that much traffic as well. Otherwise, there's a bit more looking out that has to be done.
Yeah, I was just thinking, like, how the fuck would you communicate this?
Oh, how do you communicate this? You'd say, for example, Hercules 1-1. So you say, in this case, we're halberd traffic. So it's halberd traffic, Hercules 1-1, crossing midfield for left downwind, runway 1-1.
Yeah, okay. Crossing midfield, okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Or in this case, from the east side, it's just basically halberd traffic, Hercules 1-1, on a left, entering left downwind for runway 1-1. Or in this case, in most of the time, for this one, that's why the 45 is a good number to remember, because it's both the angle that's optimal for entering. At the same time, when you're making the traffic call, it's halberd traffic, Hercules 1-1, making the 45 for downwind runway 1-1. Literally, just the 45 is all enough information the other pilots need to know. It's like, oh, okay, I have to look in this direction because that's where he's coming from. Make sense?
Yeah.
Alright.
Sounds like something that is not going to be used too much.
No. It's not going to be used too
We'll
much,
have
but
to remember it when we get
for
there.
home rotation, we'll be using quite a bit. I'll be getting it a bit more done, a bit more used. Unless you guys want to keep the standard procedure, but otherwise this is more realistic.
I very much like traffic communications, because I think it really helped us in some cases.
Alright. Yes, it definitely. The good thing about this kind of traffic information, it's a bit easier to understand, and as soon as you start using it and hearing other pilots use it, it'll give you an idea of like where they are. So obviously, say a person says, halberd traffic, Hercules 1-1, joining from the east for left downwind runway 11. If you're on base file, you know, okay, he's coming from the east, I can do my whole pattern. I'll do the landing, touch and go, take off. And as soon as I see him pass me, I know, okay, I'll follow him now behind.
Yeah.
Versus if he says midfield overheads, you know, okay, he's coming from the right, I'll just look for him. As soon as he passes over the top of the field, I know I'm now good to start my turns. Because as soon as he's passed over the field, anything beyond this point to make the left turn is good. From here, if they're coming from the east, you just have to wait. Okay, as soon as he passes me, I'm good to start my turn. Or if he says 45, okay, pretty much as soon as he says I'm on the downwind. Because as soon as
type no side inside?
no.
So what
You'll
if
be
I wanted-
on your own if you do that.
What if I wanted to ask permission to buzz the tower?
Then
No,
you're gonna start a whole
please.
lot of whatever that's called.
Danger zone.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But well, anyways, let's get rid of these markings. 'Cause we don't need them right now.
Get rid of the cum stains.
Check the goddamn fire.
The heck was that?
Fucking ceasefire.
It's them, I think.
Let me just quickly check Zeus.
Fine.
Okay, that's just Mert doing their things, I guess. Injuring some people. Okay, so that covers the traffic pattern, pretty much the basics. And for reference, I will send you both the document, because why not? Is it flying? It's not helping. Always have to open Google Drive and find these documents. They're pretty fun to find sometimes. So, Hendrix, you should probably already have this. And here you go, Coca. You don't need to reference them now because that's just more for later on needs. And that way you have the links on standby. So yeah, and pretty much also there is examples of traffic patterns on there to help you guys visualize it, as well as all the different entries. All right. Then moving on to the next set of the training. No, we're not going to go into Mayday calls and pan-pans. Well, that's for another night. Alright, that's pretty much it. Alright, let's
That's a
do...
very spicy night, Coker.
What?
It's very cool. When you Mayday night, let's call it Mayday night.
Alright, so for now, what I'd like is, Coker, if you've got your track hour set up, you want to try having one of the... Would you prefer a Chinook or an Afghan?
Either or, why?
Because what we're going to do is now you're going to fly the pattern a bit more, and then I'm going to give you some more instructions on like the hovering and seeing how you'd fare with the track IR system. Hendrix, you can accompany by either using an aircraft of your choice, whether it can be a helicopter or C-130. If you want the Hawkjet, I'll spawn that in, because for some reason that's not... I have to fix that mod. And basically just be a bit of traffic in the pattern as well to assist, and also you can maybe practice some landings from the mountainside. So what's your preference?
I would say C-17, but I don't think I'll be consistent enough of traffic, so I'll pick the C-130.
Alright, C-130 is down the line if you want to go and get it.
I want my vehicle.
Yeah.
Damn, boy.
Alright, ready to check 958.
Good.
Alright, so yeah, it's pretty simple. So yeah, pretty much Coca, you just head into the pattern, do some exits. Like at this point you're not restricted into like following exact things. I just want you to get in the pattern, get some comfortability. Remember the practice we did where you stopped and hovered on the runway, did a few rotations, went backwards, went forwards and all that.
Yeah.
And then as soon as Hendrix says, okay, currently turning base, at that point you know, okay, time to move off the runway to give him space for landing. Let him do his touch and goes, basically, if you are in a busy airport.
I think it's just 1-1 spooling up.
Also, you guys at this point can turn on your lights, collision lights and all that kind of stuff, just to be more visible to help the other.
Is it getting later or earlier?
It's getting later.
Wait, it's always getting later. I just realized.
I'm just gonna pop in and check in on Mert, but Hendrix for now, take command of the airfield.
Okay. But I can't check on Coker if I'm not with him, so
I'll
that's
be
not my
checking.
job, right?
No, just basically
cool.
take instruction.
Fly.
Hercules 1-1's pulling up.
So yeah, Hendrix, for you as well, in terms of what you can do for practice with the C-130, practice the quick stops and then quick takeoffs within the short space of the runway. You only need 500 meters for landing and 500 meters for takeoff, so if you can land in 500 meters, get the thing to a stop, take off in the next 500 meters successfully, that's part of your training as well.
Roger that.
I think it's 1-1 taxiing to runway 1-1.
Hello.
Bonsoir. I thought I'd pay you a visit.
Ah. Gaz is just having his turn in the hot box of death.
Ah. Is it pretty dark?
It's quite dark.
Would you like a light?
Nah, it's fine. Not that dark.
For me, it's pretty dark. I can't even see the inside the box.
I think it's just 1-1 taking off runway.
You see inside the box?
1 or
Yeah.
Help traffic, Hercules 1-1 taxiing to runway 11 via active runway.
You have to get used to all these sounds, just constant. I can't see it.
I think it's 1-1 getting to crosswind.
Yeah, I can't see without night vision. I don't know how you're able to see.
I can actually see absolutely fine.
What the heck? Why can't I see? What's wrong with my eyes?
I think it's 1-1 moving on to downwind.
There we go. That should be better for you now.
Oh, lovely. I have lights. Okay, you're actually fine. You are receiving blood.
I could have
You
just turned on
are
my vehicle
still
lights.
fine. Okay, so he's fine. And
Right.
he's fine. They're just walking wounded. This man is fine. To an extent, he is fine.
Oh, that's even brighter.
I'm also just gonna watch my pilot as he does things.
Hercules 1-1, taking off runway 11.
This is 1-1 heading onto base.
Ding dong, Merchant is here. Load him up, hand him over to me.
Roger, roger.
He's basically at the entrance. Pretend helicopter.
What do you mean?
It's where I'm standing. You don't actually have to bring him to the fucking Chinook.
It's 1-1
Oh, well,
final.
he's up. Alright, so 1-2-1.
Okay, just remember, pretty
hot
much
rate
with the helicopters,
stabilised, blood pressure,
you have the
well,
ability to
okay.
hover in position, so if the Hercules is
Still
taking
2-1,
long,
no
for
drugs
example,
given.
and is a fixed
Other
wing on the
two
runway,
walking- other three, I should say,
feel
walking
free to
with
slow down or come even
Uh,
to almost a
well.
hover in pattern.
Yes.
Roger that.
I'm just making
But
sure
also
she's
remember
right,
that
not
as long as there's no aircraft behind you. But otherwise, yeah, no worries, keep going.
fine.
Hercules traffic, Albert traffic,
Merchant
Hercules
is
1-1
leaving
crossing
60.
Oh,
left.
lovely.
Vegas This is 1-1 landing for touch and go.
There you go.
You're just gonna leave those fuckers in the fucking field?
Oh, well, I mean, all of them are dead and they're Russian.
Fix this 1-1. Halbert,
Actually,
a
I'll die.
little bit high on that approach. Continue going upwind along the runway and retry again. Come on the floor around the next
They're
one.
Russians, and my priority was on
Roger
the
that.
section.
Okay, cool. Handle.
Say again?
Break, Hercules 1-1 base to final.
He's not.
No. Okay, yeah. 3 tier 3s, 1 tier 1, no drugs given, fluids going in.
There's currently no answer requirements, just as long as you're coming in like anywhere between 10 to 20 meters above the ground, just when you're just about to slow down for final.
Blood pressure normal, fluids on, still got given stitches.
Because it's also going to help with your final approaches onto HLSs.
Most of them have got tonings on their limbs.
So like on base to final, make sure you're like about 10-20 meters above the ground.
Once that's done, they should be golden.
This is 1-1 to do on to downwind.
Our traffic, Hercules 1-1, touchdown, taxiing back to runway 11 via active runway.
Oh, is it this one?
The mountain is a fucking bitch if I want to practice landing within the first 500 meters.
That's the whole point. It's a good training ground.
Yeah, you're still missing.
Yeah,
a
but
couple
should
of
I
things
aim
in
for the
hand,
last or
but-
the first 500 meters then?
Well, not bad
First
for my
500.
attempt. With time, I
So you
shall
want to stop
hopefully
halfway
pass.
down the runway, and then afterwards you can then have the rest of the half to take off with.
I think it's 1-1 coming into base.
Drugs, patience, time and age.
Time and age, method of. Well, method
Rex
isn't
1-1,
probably
Circus
not
1-1,
gonna be the
be
most
advised, I'm
important
still
one here.
Yeah,
on the
time,
active runway.
Approximately 5 minutes. That
Over.
tier 1's been down for 5. Rest, one of the guys has been down, but was subsequently been brought back.
Good comms, gents.
Okay,
About
cool.
10, approximation 10 minutes till time of detonation.
Cool.
Fragmentation.
Alright, Coca, situation now. There's another Pegasus behind you as well, or another fixed-wing aircraft, and he's also wanting to, and he can't go into the hover like you can. What would you do in this situation? You can stay in the hover, but what would you do at this point?
Or lower myself.
Yeah, probably best.
Yep, so you either move out of the pattern, or you continue flying the pattern and just overfly the runway and just keep going in the oval but above the runway.
Okay, right.
Yes.
I think it's 1-1 overflying the pen.
Maybe something useful to.
Hercules 1-1, taking runway 11.
Like I've got it in my little.
Nope, at this point Texas is taken off, so you don't need to overfly the pattern, you can just continue with your pattern as normal.
Name.
Yes. Garcia, Lopez, Davis. Karaski, why the fuck are half these guys?
Touch and go.
Why the fuck is the
Help
half
traffic,
is
Hercules
down
1-1,
with
crosswind
the other half-
left.
And the other half is Finnish. What's happened here then?
Okay.
Much
So,
better on that one,
remember
Pegasus. Good approach.
This that. So each one gets their own handover.
Yeah.
Do keep in mind when Gibbons hands over to you, best to write this down.
Yes.
Ideally, he'll be giving them to us in descending priority, highest priority.
Help
first.
traffic, Hercules 1-1,
That's the first you
downwind
get
left,
name.
runway 11.
Here we would get Chris. So Chris is first. Chris is tier 1. Method of injury. Frag. Where are the injuries?
Chest, right arm, right leg.
Help traffic, Hercules 1-1, base to final.
I'm gonna put it like this: if it's more than 2 areas of the body, just I'm gonna
Traffic.
hopefully just go with full body.
Yes.
That's full body. Symptoms and vital signs.
Not bleeding. Tier 1 unconscious. With various degrees of, oh, why is he over there? Oh, he's up. Lovely.
Okay.
Why is he,
So-
what happened over there?
No idea. So yeah, NB, not bleeding.
Go away, dickhead.
Nice landing, hit though.
So not bleeding, fine. Vital signs.
So
Hercules
Uh,
1-1,
normal
touchdown,
heart rate,
taxiing
normal,
to the
blood
right
pressure.
runway. So that was
It's normal.
within the, like right now where I'm right now, that's where the 500 meters mark is, so that was within the 500 meters. But I definitely don't have the space to take off.
Heart rate 80. Cool. Treatments given.
KLT, Activac, bandage, and 100 and for this tier 1, 175 liters of saline.
Yeah, Roger Hercules. Only thing I'd suggest is
1,000. 1,700.
J2 is available. I'll let you do one J2 assisted takeoff for the next run. So you can do one touch and go and then try the J2 for takeoff. You will accelerate within 200 meters for takeoff.
Cool. Should be enough.
Yeah, just so at least you have the experience on that.
Tier 1s, if they can still move,
They're back in the fighting.
Yeah, I do normally try that when I do RTT indices.
You know, you need to get all of this information.
Just basically, they always ask for it. Help with traffic, Oculus 11 taxiing to runway 11 via active runway.
Any
Let's
medication?
take a
Yes.
wider pattern. See if we can line me up better with the runway.
There you go.
Alright,
Medication's
perfect. If
given.
it's lining up better, take as
no.
wide of a berth as you need as long as you're within the airspace.
Yes.
Yes.
None.
Okay, cool. Which one? Okay. No, fair enough.
After I
so,
try
yeah,
this
it's
touch and go
probably
with
gonna get
J2,
down for us
is
as
it good for
well
me to try out the 737? Because I've never flown that.
read or get these
I mean, you could.
handovers as quickly as possible, and
If it's worth
basically
any.
find a shorthand
I mean, it's
that-
not as the.
It is worth it because if we do need aero refueling, that is the main
and of
aircraft.
course to
I-
actually-
Yeah, okay, cool. And then, for that 500 meter takeoff, is there any hint or anything else you would say, like how many flaps I should use or how should I take off?
So pretty much you land with full flaps, you then go one notch up to takeoff flaps, and then you activate the J2 and let that accelerate you.
And print those out.
As soon as the J2
Yeah.
starts moving the aircraft, that's full throttle for you.
I'm pretty sure I can do that. Do I only print
I think it's 11 on downward.
things?
The speeds are still exactly the same, so basically you rotate at still your
Don't
normal
know. I
180.
don't know. I will consult the cupboard later.
Our traffic, Oculus 11 taking up
I
runway
mean, that's
11.
going above and beyond. Like, I'm not expecting you to have a printer. That's
If I got to order a printer shall be ordered.
It's 11 shipping onto base.
I mean that would be a good idea, having like an actual like form to fill out on the fly instead of having to write everything in, time, and all the missed-out stuff. We can have just the age be permanently 69 for the lols.
6.
What am I hearing?
Okay, so that's
Our
fine.
traffic, Oculus 11
One
cruising
thing
left.
though, in
Can you
terms of prioritization,
Yes. Can you hear my fan by
11
any
on
chance?
final.
Okay, spectacular. My mic is working now.
so in terms of prioritization, I can see where you're coming from. Completely prioritizing Blue 4 over Op 4, seeing that the Blue 4 is alive and all the Op 4s fucking dead.
Well, it would make sense. If you're in a combat scenario, you're not going to prioritize the fucking auto rifleman that's lying next to
Oculus
you.
11
You're
downward
going to
left.
prioritize Garcia or Lopez.
Or whatever. Yeah.
Or whomever.
Mhm. Okay.
One.
Oculus 11 base final. Oh, I just about made it. Oculus 11 touchdown and taking off runway.
Do you know all the ways of establishing if somebody is tier 4?
I see
or
no
not?
J2 option.
Yes.
Thing.
Hyperextending is a good one. Listening to the chest sounds. The chest sounds is another.
Yeah,
There's
no.
also rolls mode. They're not brief.
Right, roger that. Just text back and get some mark.
You're right.
taxi back and then you can just switch to 7-3 then. Oh well.
Yeah, that's weird, isn't it?
But that one is a template aircraft, and I don't know if there's scripts on it that Spillon's put, because I know he's put some scripts on one of our C-130s.
You said last time that even Gibbers doesn't taught you. So no, I've not touched
Exactly. So I'm just wondering if
it.
he maybe taught you something.
I know the basic one. I know the normal one, but I don't really think how we can figure out the other ones unless we just shoot.
But yeah, so far so good. You seem to know your shit.
Yes.
You still save 50%. You saved 50%. You didn't prioritize up for the blue 4, so that's still fine.
Yeah.
That's all good.
Focus 1-1's put him down.
Alright, okay. So next things next, let's go into some logistical.
He's away for a drink, I believe.
Oh, okay, then we'll do that. Then I'll do that when he comes back.
Yeah, back.
Alright. So next thing is some logistics.
APG's on.
It's not on my doc. Oh wait, maybe it's in my notes. Wait one.
Okay. So for logistics.
Got it. Voyager.
Yes. Okay, so for logistics, what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to spawn a Land Rover down. I'm going to have you sling it up, and then I'm going to have you perform a few drops without actually dropping the vehicle per se.
Okay.
So essentially what I'll have you do is have the vehicle slung underneath the helicopter. I'll make you fly to a few locations around the map, and then you'll fly backwards back here. You'll then have on the fields over here in the northern side, I'll just have you do like some multiple pickups and drops essentially with the same vehicle. So you'll put it down here and then come into a gentle hover and then land right, transition a little bit right without tensioning the ropes, and then just land beside it. Give it 5 seconds because that counts as you dropping a vehicle and having the infantry deboard your aircraft.
Voyager
Take off
1-1's
again.
pulling up.
Then
Okay,
move.
so I land it, move slightly to the side.
Yeah.
And then park for 5 seconds.
Yeah, let me just first mark down the positions.
And then pick it back up, take the next position, drop it down. The same thing. At each
Yep.
position. Alright.
So let me just. So just to make it easier for the start, we'll just do some. Oh, why is this? Why is it not working? There we go.
This airfield needs lights. Albert traffic, Voyager 1-1 taxiing to runway 11 via active runway.
So 1.
Is there a 737 really this small?
Depends which model, but yes, there are models which are that small.
That the 200, 300.
That's based off of. It's trying to represent a 700 or a 600, one of those two.
As I don't have the notes on the takeoff and landing speed of this one, what is it?
Actually, it's about on kilometers. We'll just use the C-130 numbers of 180.
Oh, good job.
I forgot to mention time change, but it's going daytime. Okay. Alright, let me spawn you down the Land Rover. Okay, I have to shut down the server. Cool. Right.
Help traffic, Voyager 1-1 taking off from way 1-1.
Let's see which vehicle am I gonna do.
Waiting.
That one.
Help traffic, Voyager 1-1,
So-
crosswind left.
So pretty much just go through the sling loading of the vehicle.
think
Can't really hear you, I think you're in whisper. But yes, you drop it and then you increase the rope length to make sure it's adequate.
about 20, would you say?
Yeah, 20 meters is always a good safe number. Obviously, if it's basically, if this looks like it's 20 meters from the helicopter, then maybe you want to go 30. So it's a little bit...
Fucking meters.
Help traffic, Voyager 1-1 base to final.
Alright. So, first things first, when it comes to sling loading, as you've seen you've seen myself, Hendrik, sling load as well. So, can you tell me what one of the first things is that you do?
What, when you take off?
Yeah.
You take off, hover towards the vehicle that you're sling loading, if there's sling loading one. Slowly go up, try and ease the tension on foot. Do not auto hover.
Alright. So yeah, pretty much as I said, you'll go into like a
Help traffic,
hover like
Voyager
10 meters
1-1
above the ground,
touchdown, taxiing back to
over the thing,
runway
and then afterwards
1-1
you'll go up
via active
completely.
runway.
Now, in terms of getting out of the airspace, where would you fly towards? So in this case, if you look at the map, I've
Is
marked...
it me, or is this thing, does the thing have like a better flight model than the C-130?
it has a slightly better flight model because I've tuned that one, and I'm still tuning the C-130.
Okay, yeah, because I need to be a bit more careful with this one. I can't just throw it around the last second trying to climb that hill.
Yeah. But the C-130 is also an aircraft which is designed to be thrown about a lot more because of its operations.
Cool. If you're okay with it, I'm gonna take this one out of the AO and try it out for a second.
Yeah, feel free to take it out. I'm also gonna have Coca fly to some HLSs with a vehicle underneath.
Cool.
Alright.
In this case, I would probably take wild, because the terrain is lower, so I don't have to worry too much about being objects.
Yep. Is your microphone away from your mouth because it's a little bit harder to hear you?
Is that better?
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah. I want to take wild. Terrain's a bit more favourable for understand.
Okay. The only thing I'd say when it comes to loading is that if you do need to, you can ignore the waypoints altogether and fly your own path because you are a priority aircraft with sling loading, and if the waypoints do not meet the requirements that you deem safe enough to do your flight, then you prioritize safety above all else.
Harbor traffic,
So-
Roger 1-1, taking off from runway 11.
So yeah, that is
In
that.
this case, you just go straight out.
Worst case, yeah, you go straight out. But so yeah, for now, I'll let you decide for this one. Just have a little practice. I want you to primarily focus not on the comms on this part. I want you to focus primarily on the getting used to having a sling load. So you have to fly slightly higher than, say, what you'd normally do. Obviously, not as high as some of the approaches you've done, but you don't want to be high enough that the enemy could shoot you down, but you also don't want to be low enough that this thing starts to hit trees. So taking that into
Help
account.
traffic, Roger 1-1,
And
leaving
also
airspace via
take into
well.
account that the extra weight will actually pull the helicopter when you're trying to slow down, so it does not slow down as quickly as you're used to. So, for example, if you normally slow down, let's say if you start your slowing down by a town of Berenzino normally, I'd start a little bit before Berenzino.
Okay.
So yeah. So for now, I'm just going to pretty much watch you in Zeus from the outside, and I'm going to let you have a go, because now you are almost at the stage of training where you should be able to fly solo. So I'm letting you fly a lot more solo and get more experience.
Yeah.
Alright, so whenever you're ready, I'll move the vehicle.
Spooling up.
User joined your channel.
I see you're enjoying the scene with the 737.
Say again, sorry?
You're enjoying the 737?
I am in the 737, what's it, sorry? Enjoying it, yeah.
Alright.
I just like the look of it, so... It's not very fast, is it? It's only 700 kilometers max or something. Or not even.
Yeah, it's not supposed to be a fast aircraft. Alright, good lifting, Coco. Just try and see if you can get into a steady hover first before you depart. Alright, pretty good. And feel free to depart when ready.
Hello.
Bonsoir.
Hi, Pelly.
Bonsoir. Oh no, I'm just back.
Ah, okay.
My pilots are doing things I don't really need the training, per se. Not to sound cocky, but...
So yeah, I do have plasma with this kit and everything. So actually stuff
Engine
is
sounds are based on speed on this
And do
aircraft.
you know what the annoying thing about these helmets is?
What?
You can't sling them.
Oh, you can't sling them.
You can't swing
Yeah,
these
a
helmets.
little bit.
Because I just went almost to zero and it just stopped the aircraft sound.
Yes. What's
I need to clean my fucking screen. I just realized how dirty it is. Jesus.
do you have any
Well,
magazines for that
it's
rifle
not really
of
a
yours?
big deal,
Yes.
because that's not even an aircraft that we use that much, so I've not...
Please.
I didn't make the sounds for it.
Yeah, just once.
That's no issue.
How are you doing?
Small velocity wound.
Have a look at his lung sounds.
Sounds normal to me.
Yeah, it most definitely does. Shoot me in the chest again.
Alright. Underway.
Another small velocity gain. Pop him in the chest again.
I'm gonna RTP.
Hey, you might not have an issue.
Okay, just a little bit high on that approach. One thing to keep in mind when you're landing there is that you don't want to pull backwards on it. As you saw, the ropes were getting longer versus lying to the side of it. Otherwise, just try to come in a little bit low on the next approach for the landing site number 2. And then
Yeah, I'll just check where it was. So that I need side to bring it in.
Yep. Yeah, don't worry. If you see the landing site is too close, don't try and descend towards it and come in slowly. Just make a U-turn, go away, lose altitude going quickly, and then come back at a lower altitude.
Okay.
Damage. Where is it here? Arsenal. Nope, not the Arsenal.
Hello, Pele.
Hello, again.
Hi, Pele.
Don't ask why I've got 50 cal. We're not torturing the Russian, I promise.
Right, okay.
4J11, splitting down.
Can I not? Okay, health. If I put his health to 50, the fuck does he have now?
He's fine.
He's fucking fine.
I think that was like his armor 3 health and not his like ace health.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
What do you need help with?
I'm just trying to replicate the sucking chest wound.
I did say we just shoot him with this.
Why not just give him an injury and ace?
See, how do you? The thing I know how to do is do it via Zeus, and that I can only drop his health in Zeus. Is it in here? Remote control, plan waypoint, information, combat mode, speed stance.
Hey, Hendrix.
Hey, where's there a pilot
It's Pele.
Next HOS.
No, no, squad, I've got a 50 kill.
There's Coca. Oh, is there? Okay.
We promise we're not torturing the Russian. Ignore the blood. He's fine. Can I please shoot him with this? I think this will get the job done. Either it will kill him or it will get our desired outcome.
Stand this side of this.
Well, at least stand on the other side, because I don't want
Alright.
this round going through the fucker and hitting the hitting the hangar.
Okay, you ready? Fire! What?
He's got a large velocity with
Okay.
Okay then.
Have
Let's
fun.
bandage him up.
Yes.
Pele,
alright.
how do you give him wounds via ACE?
Ace medical and then injure.
Medical.
His lungs are fine.
Oh.
His lungs are fine.
And then you pick what you want to do.
Okay. That's good to know.
I can't shoot with the 50 cal more. Diamond blast.
That a module? Oh, it
Yeah.
is.
It is.
Burn, heal.
Yes.
Anything you want me to practice on? Otherwise, I planned on just going over the basics of booting up the Apache again.
Let's see. Anything you want you to practice on?
Good bullet.
Because I don't
I
dare
don't know
to
if you
try
find
the
that
C-17 right now.
Actually,
That big
we-
fuck of hill.
Normal
you
bullet,
could, but
normal
you'd have to land at the
bullet.
airfield to the west of us. If you want to really practice with it.
Okay.
Oh, he just.
I can do that. It can take off here, right?
Yes, but you have to be at the very end, give you as much space as possible, and make sure you don't start rotating below 200.
Ready for this?
If you pull back on the stick before 200, it will slow down your acceleration, and you'll probably hit the fence before rotating. So, but yeah, otherwise, good luck.
I'll give it my best.
Okay.
I fear not. Apollo 1-1, split it up.
Dust when you're ready to head back towards Camp Albert.
What's a small bullet? How about this?
Just pop him in the chest with an A3.
Okay. Well, this will do. Ready? Large velocity.
Alright.
That kill him?
No, he should still
Okay.
be alive, I believe.
No, he's dead.
No, he is actually dead.
He's
yeah.
dead.
Yeah.
Well, we tried.
Already fucking did.
I'm making sure.
Good. Do you have any pistol mags on you?
I have a pistol.
Okay. Does it have rounds in it?
Yes.
It's not the. Oh my gosh.
Wait, a pistol? Do you realise a 9mm is bigger than a fucking 5.56? I think I was gonna. Alright.
Chest, please.
Ready?
Apollo 1-1, taking off runway 1-1.
Can I just outright kill him again? Nope,
No,
no,
he's
it doesn't.
alive. Okay, get his chest. I'm gonna.
Well, I'm just going to see if my plane crashes into the fence.
LA.
Did you put flaps down?
I thought I did.
I don't see flaps down.
Yeah, that's why I said I thought I did. Can you move it back for me? It takes forever to fucking get it down there.
Okay, I've healed you. I will move it down again.
Thank
And
you.
you.
Okay, and me, okay. Note to self, doesn't take off without flaps.
And I told you.
Yeah, that's so stupid. I thought I did, but okay. I have failed you.
Eh, don't worry, my fly also has failed to take the thing off, so I do number 2.
I don't have any plasma on at the moment.
Yes, we do. I do.
Oh, okay. Just leave it. As you might do.
Apollo 1-1, taking off runway 1-1. You watching
But
this?
that, yeah, what
What the hell?
What's up?
It counts as a takeoff.
No.
What the fuck? What went wrong there?
When did you stop playing back on the stick?
200. Like you asked me.
Very, very slow.
Interesting then.
Looks like a globe blaster.
Next, you have seen the take. Please tell me you've recorded this.
Yes, I did.
I think it's one crossing for runway for downward.
Alright, Coca, I want you to put it on the orange smoke. It'll be at you 9 o'clock momentarily. Actually, orange is a bad color, should use a different one. Yes. At this 3 o'clock, you don't see it?
I remember see it.
Yep.
We've just taken him hostage.
It's to our north.
User in your channel timed out.
Well, you can't stop doing that, it's turning me on.
Alright, go. Once it's dropped, feel free this time to cut the loops.
Let's cut.
Alright. Then overtax the mark.
Taxi.
Again?
User joined your channel.
Is that a taxi?
Yep, hover taxi into the helipad. Go to 3 Seagull message.
53 is the message.
Seagull, currently there'll be a C-17 passing overhead your objective, as it's unfortunately right on the runway end line.
53, roger that, the C-17 passing over.
Running off into the
Apollo 1-1 passing over right now.
Ah, 1-2's got a fucking section to go off into that little barn area, by the look of it. Either that or that's just a buddy team working together. Either way, it's Murphy and Hall. They fucking got that road locked down. Lancaster's got himself some injuries. Who knows if he's a tier 3 or a tier 2 casualty. All we know is that the longer he takes to bandage up, the slower this assault's gonna be.
User joined your
Oh,
channel.
we got more rounds going out.
Alright, Coca, I'm gonna teleport us to Hendrix's location, and we can just witness the C-17 landing back here. I'm gonna have him piloted. You wanna be in the flight engineer seat on the C-17, or would you like to do some more HLS practice?
I don't mind being on the C-17.
Alright, roger. Hendrix, hold in the parking spot once you're landed. Grimheld Seagull, hold position where you currently are.
Grimald for that one, please.
Does it have a flight engineer seat? Oh, it doesn't have the flight engineer seat working. Ah, I can't believe they took that thing out of the mod.
No, the crew masters.
Oh, that's why I keep taking off without flaps. I tell myself I prep it before I taxi, and then it gets stuck somewhere, and I release it so I can have a bit more speed. Yeah, I know.
Alright, so for this one, we're gonna have to try and land it back at the
Hey, fuck off.
Yeah, we can land it. You'll come in from the ocean though, not over the road.
Yeah. Okay. I was gonna say like, fuck, gee.
I mean, you could land it over the hill, but I'm not gonna.
Hey, fuck off. You didn't even do that last Sunday.
Huh?
You didn't even do that last Sunday.
Yeah, because why take the extra risk? But yes.
Well, so you can go back in and fix the flight engineer seat.
Sorry, mate, you're quiet.
Are you going to go into this and re-put in the flight engineer seat?
The C-130 has a flight engineer. I don't think I'll put it in this one because I don't have access to the model.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting in the back of an empty fucking C-17.
This thing is fucking slow. It's like going on a holiday with an American. It'll get you somewhere, but you know everything will just take so much time.
Yeah, but it gets everything there in one go.
Yeah, all the hamburgers in one go.
Should I jump out midway through?
Oh.
I mean, you don't need this much runway, Hendrix. You're pretty good as long as the flaps are set.
Okay, let's try again. Flaps 1. You have everything right now. Put up.
And I can confirm you have...
Brakes go. Thank you.
You can confirm what?
I have flaps. I'll wait for 2020 then. 220, sorry, not 2020. I'm not gonna be that fast. Ooh, up. Rotating. Up. Gear up. Got you soon?
No, you're good. Positive rate.
There we go. Flap 0. Climb into a click. Aiming for speed 500.
Right. Make the left hand.
Oh wait, no, I'm not gonna go a click. I'll do 500 meters.
You make the left turn on course.
What? Free bake. Disengage free bake.
Free brake? It's not up. Is it up on your end?
No.
Now it's up.
So you know how your arms free brake?
Ah.
On takeoff.
Yeah. Oh,
It auto brakes to RTO.
Oh yeah, I don't think this thing has... Does it have auto brakes in the cockpit? Hold on. Probably not. But oh well.
Full engines up 40%. Release brakes. Forward stick.
to 80 knots. V1. Rotate. V2.
Hey, we're in Arma, maybe in DCS.
Stable climb. Gear up.
Right, Hendrik, so 200 kilometers per hour on towards the runway.
Yeah, let's see how we do. I think I wasn't this tense for my final exams in school, but this fucking scares me. Fuck this aircraft, honestly.
What?
I don't know, it's just big.
The problem is, this aircraft's not made to fly this short a distance.
Yeah. But then again, he's going to be able to do it. I'm gonna dive right now.
In case we ever get the South Asia map, then this would be a really useful. This would be useful having this aircraft. Watch your speed.
Yep, eyes on. Well. Thing is, we have to be above 200 kilometers per hour, because otherwise it'll give you that damage bug.
Yep.
But work. Don't worry about it. I don't think the direction thing works very well, does it?
What?
Like where it points where the aircraft is actually going.
In the HUD?
Yeah.
No, it's for some reason it's not. I think it's a bit inversed. Right. That's.
Gears down. Be a bit lower, maybe even.
No, we're good.
You're in a good descent path. Watch your right side.
Yeah, eyes on.
Whoa, trees.
Bit low. Oh, okay, I'm getting out. I'm getting out. We're on fire.
Oh, we're still good.
Stopping. We're gonna stop. And medical heal the aircraft.
First try. I'm not gonna park it up.
We'll hear the burning sound. I'm gonna replace the aircraft. Alright, I'm gonna try one landing in the C-17.
Yeah, a little bit low.
That end. Okay, so.
Can you
let's see,
seal me?
what time is it? Yeah, sure.
It is 1:45.
Okay, then yeah, we have about 15
User
minutes
left
left.
your channel. User joined your channel.
What, sorry?
We have about 15 minutes left.
Before we are called up.
What did you shoot at?
The airplane.
I'm gonna use that.
What's
And please do not shoot at things during the training sessions, because if Lewis sees, then I have to give you a behavior strike.
For us, we're dodgy.
What, sorry?
No, if Lewis sees messing about, then I have to give behavior strikes.
Oh, that was the MD.
Was it though? Because everything's on recording, that's the problem.
It was an ND.
Okay.
What's it with... Yeah, Gemma did the same thing, he just shot randomly.
Yeah.
And he...
ND.
Okay.
I say it's an ND. It's an ND.
That's how it worked. Let's go. Next bit.
Alright. So pretty much next bit is for Coca, because the approaches I'm still seeing on the HLSs were a bit high even for the vehicle. So I might give you to retry those two HLSs one more time, but flying a bit lower.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get used to the height, judging the height, so I'm overcompensating.
Right. Yeah,
that makes sense.
A good thing to check is that when you're approaching the HLS, just make sure your height, if it's 3 digits, you're too high already to even start the landing attempt.
Yeah.
If you're 50 meters, you may be a bit high for certain HLSs if it's like going down a slope, but if it's going up slope or it's just level ground, then 50 meters you're fine if that's your final approach height.
Is that for carrying or is that for just?
For just normal flying. Obviously, if you're carrying, if there's trees in the way, you might want to go 70. But if there's no trees, I mean, 50 works just fine if you're carrying 20 meters below you.
Right.
So those are just things to take into account. But yeah, 3 digits is just too high for any approach on the when you're approaching HLS. So what I'll do is let's see. I'm gonna try one landing in the C-17 in the last few minutes. Hendrix, I'll give you the opportunity to either C-17 ride along just to see how the landing's done, because I'm going to come from the hillside, or you can go with Coca and monitor, but I'm pretty sure I'll monitor one of the last few landings, so I'll let you have like one free practice, one which I won't be watching for number 1, and then for number 2 I'll be watching, then the final one coming back to the airfield, I'll be watching that as well.
Okay.
Alright, shall we... So what do you want, Hendrix?
For your information, so the issue there was not the steering. I planned to be there, but apparently my planning was wrong. So that was where I went wrong. I planned to be this low, this close, but I didn't realize I was going to hit that tree. Which sucked.
Alright. Let's try.
Should I come with you, or should I fly myself?
Your choice.
I think I'm just gonna follow Coker. Shouldn't he have a vehicle?
No. I'm having him just do it without the vehicle. He's already done a few with vehicles. I'm happy with that. Do you have Zeus or no? I'll give you two if you hop out.
User left your channel.
You have Zeus?
Yep. Feel free to give me the controls if you need to watch him later on.
Yeah, don't worry. So we'll be doing it very quickly. Oh, 1-1, spooling up and taking off from it 1-1.
Be advised, you aimed a bit to the left.
That's fine. We're correct.
Next time I'll take it off from here. I'll wait for 20 kilometers, but 200 was way too early. See?
Because one taxi runway 1.
Start at 210?
Yeah. Okay. As long as above 200, don't rotate below 200. And as soon as the nose starts to lift off, release the back pressure lower.
So as soon as you start lifting off a bit, you release it a bit.
A little bit of back pressure, so it's not fully now, because that's when you're deflecting air upwards to bring the nose up, you're also adding drag to the aircraft at the same time.
I mean, the landing approach in the end there wasn't too bad, was it? It just stuck for that fucking tree. It was a bit low. Hey, shot. Good. Billy, can you hear me?
Yes, I can also hear Arma.
Oh, yeah. That's have gotten their food, and she's gonna go to bed for your information.
Ah.
Because 1-1 exiting AO wild.
I'm just gonna give myself as much of a wide berth in this one, because you wouldn't fly this thing in this pattern.
Yeah, Coker is just left wild.
Perfect, we're good. Yeah, just yeah, doesn't matter. It's fine. He can have the first HLS watching. He can be watch free on that one. And flaps. Whoop.
Okay, you get your microphone somewhere in Zeus.
Hmm?
Doc Gibbons do it once, where he moved his microphone and said, oh, probably made himself invisible or something.
Yeah. Okay. Coming in to land.
Nope. Yep, watching. This thing is so loud.
Have the earplugs mod.
Yeah. But still, I'm turning down my gain volume even with the earplug mod, in third person at least. I'm switching between third and first person, and in third person it's so loud. This is a very steep angle. Or is it just me?
It is a steep angle, that's why it's good practice.
I mean, the fact that you're like 70 degrees, 15 now. Pull up at the last second then. Not how you taught me landing at this, yes.
Nope.
Okay, nice. I understand. That was below 200. Slightly, wasn't it?
No, we touched down at 200 on point.
Oh, okay, cool.
And then see, there you go.
Nice. Okay, I think I can do that.
You wanna have a go?
Yeah, sure.
Alright.
Can you move it back?
Yeah, we'll have to help out.
I'll move it back. Don't worry, I'll move it back.
It's gonna take a
You can
while.
watch Coker.
Alright. Egress. Pilot.
I'll go pilot then.
Don't kill us.
I won't. I promise.
Let's see if we can do the takeoff.
You do much of this shoot. It works this time. Left one. Lined up. Should be spooled up, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, not yet. Oh, it is, yeah. Okay. Do you brake when you initially throttle?
Nope.
Full throttle. Doesn't it work in the Arma?
No, that doesn't work. Okay. We're going, we're building speed, and you can stop pulling back now. And then release the back pressure, and
You're
off
up.
we go. There you go.
Zero.
See what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know what went wrong last time. Maybe it was a bit too early. But I don't think I was... I think I was like at 200.
Yeah, it might be a bit too close to a call. I just first wait 200 confirmed. I can see 200 as a number, then I pull back. At least that's how I do my numbers. Not I'm anticipating 200 to arrive.
Yeah, okay. That's one.
Alright, let me just go quickly check on Coca where he is right now. Alright, let's see his
I
approach.
think we need to really check on is his takeoff. Every now and then he just takes off forward and then turns around.
Oh, this is a much better approach than the last one he's done. Oh, this is much better. Well done, Coker.
Is he using his track AR now, yeah?
I think he is.
Nice. Then he can finally see around him then.
Yep. That's a much better approach.
What was the altitude you had?
Oh, that was quick. I love that. That was beautiful. If he could do that every landing, I'd have no complaints on a single one. Coca, well done. Very well done, that one.
Sound like a proud dad.
Huh?
You sound like a proud dad.
It's just that we've seen him struggling quite a bit. Wait, is that engine failure?
A what?
I thought I could hear the helicopter engine failing.
Sure hope not.
That sounds like an engine failure. Coca, is the engine failing?
don't think he can hear you in short range.
My camera's next to him, so I'm wondering if he can.
Yeah, that doesn't work like that.
Unless it's just the sounds that's...
Based on your position.
Yeah, maybe it's just the sounds being weird.
Approaching that landing now. Maybe a bit high, but we'll make it.
Right, let's see. Yep, slow down quite a bit.
I mean, 250.
There we go, and yeah, you can keep this speed exactly here. So you want to be, so you're almost idle, and the thing is not gaining or reducing speed. That's what you're hoping for.
That's not happening.
Yeah, don't worry, just aim a little bit above the trees, and you'll see it happen. So for now, it's okay, you need 6% is fine, you're still good.
I think it's hard to see how close you are to the ground. You do this in third person?
A little bit, yeah. Sometimes third person, sometimes first, depends how I feel. This one I did third. At this point, don't touch the throttle until touchdown. You want to keep whatever power you've got, so you're keeping the speed you've got.
Yeah, because it's increasing right now.
Yep, it's fine. That is 100% fine. And then when you pull back, it will start reducing again. There you go. And just put it to idle. A little bit below, but it's fine. And there we go.
Wow, that was good, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The brake button that I have, it hurts me when I do a landing that's quite tight. Fucking hell.
There you go. See? You can be done.
Nice. Yeah, that's pretty good.
As it's all about like understanding the pitch power. Yeah, it's all the pitch power relationship.
Fuck up if only parking was this easy all the time.
Okay, you there, Hendrix? Hendrix? Oh, Hendrix is there?
Hello.
Okay. So yeah, pretty much just coming down that hill, it's understanding the pitch power relationship of your aircraft. Make sense?
Yeah, it's good to see how you did that as well, because like at some point your heart will start, if your head will start to become a bit like stubborn, and like I just do what I think I should do, and then having a bit of refresh of how you just did that was good.
Yeah. But yeah, but pretty much as we were just coming down the hill, it was just like you were asking me like, oh, the speed is getting quite fast, and I was just like, yeah, that's fine, because I was anticipating is that when you left it at the exact power setting it was, you pitched back for the flare to land, the speed came right to the right margin that you were looking for.
Yeah, okay. Cool.
It's basically anticipating. That's basically what you call staying 2 to 3 steps ahead of the aircraft, so you know what the aircraft is gonna do before you even made the maneuver. So all of a sudden it's just like, okay, we're pitching down, we want to gain the speed, because as soon as we level off, we're not changing the power setting, the aircraft will then stop accelerating and maybe even start decelerating a bit. And that's what we're looking for on the touchdown.
Okay, so I'm on landing.
Obviously on a normal landing that's not what we want, but in this specific case, it's perfect.
Yeah, I understand what you mean. It's cool, it was nice and fun.
Well done, Coco, look at that.
Like a glove.
Yeah.
Hey, what do you want, Pelly?
I was really happy with the second one. If you could do, like for the reinsert, if you do inserts or reinserts of infantry, or like what you did on the second HLS, do that again, and perfect every time, no complaints.
Yeah, I'll do that every time. What about the coming in from here?
Oh yeah, that one's pretty good. The only thing I'd say is just be a little bit careful, because the Chinook can handle it, but some helicopters in Arma may explode if you accidentally skid forward or damage.
Yeah, I knew the Chinook could handle it, so that's why I came in a little bit harder.
Can I get a mini-me for the PvP bit, or should
I
we
would do that
use
with the
phone
Afghan.
rifles?
We can.
I mean, imagine.
We'll see. We'll see.
Can we get all like 50 cals, and then we're like, yeah, this is a normal gear.
Alright, let's see how Let's see the parking. So far, orientation is much better. Like, it's not as wobbly as before. It's still a bit wobbly, but not that wobbly.
Yeah, seems like he knows where it's going.
Okay. Yeah. A little bit quick. Gaining altitude is okay if you're unsure of the safety.
User joined your channel. User left your channel.
Alright.
User joined your channel.
Watch that rear tail rotor.
User left your channel. User joined your channel.
Oh, and correcting a bit late on that one.
Well, he does know where he is.
Yeah.
Like, you can see that difference.
It's just the stabilizing practice.
Catch it now. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Alright, catch it. Forwards. Don't pitch backwards. Don't pitch backwards. Don't pitch backwards. Oh, that hit. That definitely hit.
Oh no! I hit it, didn't he?
Yeah, that's what that bounce was. It's alright. We'll just tow it back into position.
Yeah, the building threw me off. I accidentally pushed the wrong button and the building threw me off, so I was like, nah, I'll just be safe.
Yep, no worries. For campaign type stuff for these buildings, we'll just have the tow trucks. That's at least what they're there for.
Yeah.
But yeah, otherwise, for the rest, I'm happy with that. So let's see what's next on the training schedule, if that is the case, and maybe you can even get a head start and start practicing a little bit of that in editor when you have some time. Let me find the training schedule. There it
That
is.
low flying was what I was doing.
Like 1-3 got
EF
push
game.
back.
The last match. Oh, the last thing. Just trying to get in low
Right.
and faster.
So, alright, so we just have some defensive flying and emergency flying procedures to do next. It's going to be a bit of an interesting one. And then we can do phase 1 test. If all goes well.
Oh, defensive line is fun, mate.
So that'll be...
I need practice on that as well because I haven't done that. Well, the only times I had to use it. Oh no, not defensive. I mean crash line, because like the only times I've had to use it was when I.
User left your channel.
Alright, I'm teleporting
User
us to
left your
them.
channel.
Unless
User left your channel.
it's index, I don't know.
User left your channel.
Yeah, let's teleport us to this
User
area.
left your channel.
Over here.
Oh.
I don't know if it's index though, that's the thing.
I was talking with Thomas.
Oh, Thomas is there?
Oh no, he's not here anymore. Oh, whatever.
Oh, well, what happened to Thomas?
His retard baby.
Thomas is his retard baby.
Hey, shut up, he's my kid. Hello.
Yes. How's it going?
Not too bad, I think we just finished.
Oh, okay. Alright, it's
User
index
left
time.
your
Alright, I
channel.
guess
User
you're
left
doing
your
different types of
channel.
challenges.
User
Alright then, I
left
guess
your
index then.
channel. User left your user left your channel. User left your channel.
Oh, wait. What are the rest of them doing? Peach.
Oh, they're all just
User left your
disconnected, so
channel.
Oh.
they're all done apparently.
User left your
Okay.
channel.
Right on time as well.
User
Yeah,
left
pretty
your
around time.
channel.
Oh. So, yeah. See you in debrief.
User
There
left
we
your
are.
channel. Channel switched.
Hello.